Hello, my name is Mordred Viking, and I'd like to welcome you to this brand new series of Mount and Blade Warband. Following the completion of the Prophecy of Pendor game, I was kind of stuck and thinking, like, what should we play next? And I did acquire the expansion, where it's more of a standalone game, really, Viking Conquest, a while ago, but I'd never really gotten around to playing it. And now if you consider that the name that I use is, Mordred Viking, hence I've been stressing that the entire time, I thought this might well appeal to me. And actually, if you want to know a bit of the history, I always use Mordred in basically everything. That's always been my online name. But when it came to getting a Twitter handle, Mordred was already taken, and Mordred with the 0 was also already taken, although that guy ticks me off because he's never actually logged in, I don't think. And I'd really, really like to acquire it, but according to Twitter, you can't. Annoying. Anyway, so I needed to do something to differentiate myself from the other Mordreds. And I happened to be writing a book about the Vikings at the time, so I thought, you know what, why not just call myself Mordred Viking? And I actually grew long hair because the picture at the back of the book, I wanted to look more like a Viking. I mean, would you trust a guy with short hair writing about the Vikings? No, you wouldn't. So I came to be, well, some of my friends actually started calling me the Viking, so hey, it kind of stuck. So we are going to be playing Viking Conquest. It is done by the Brytenwalda team. Brytenwalda was another mod for Mount and Blade, and it was unbelievably historically accurate. It was a mod about the Celtic, or the Celts, and basically they since licensed the engine for Warband and have created their own game. And Brytenwalda was always known for its historical accuracy and its historical tidbits. And that is, I believe, the experience that we're going to get here with Viking Conquest. So let's go ahead and start a new game. Just need to wait through this loading thing. There we go. And we are presented with this screen. So what do we have here? We have different types of different types of campaigns here on the left. And I've been told that Storyline is a lot of fun. I have actually done a very, very quick test run of Storyline, and I got absolutely demolished, so I'm hoping to do a bit better this time, but I'm going to be playing that. And I'm going to do... what's normal realism? We'll start with normal, and then we'll tweak after that, so we kind of have all the defaults set. So recruitment. At beginner level, when you seek permission to recruit villagers, the answer is always positive and without cost. What's the difference? It's not going to tell me. No, okay, I'll choose normal. And I think I'll choose normal for leveling. That's just, yep. Budget, normal, player damage. Now, this is the one that I often get a lot of flack for, but I'm going to play player damage on easy. The reason for that is because I am commentating throughout the gameplay, obviously, and it is actually kind of easy to lose focus on what on earth it is you're actually doing, so I tend to play a little easier for myself damage-wise, but my allies are still on normal. Combat AI, how will they fight? We'll choose normal. Tactical speed, normal. Campaign AI. Now in Mount and Blade you usually want to actually play on hard because the AI tends to be pretty terrible on the field, but because this is my first playthrough, I think I'm going to go with normal. Bandit parties in my test game, I actually had them on more and got obliterated by them repeatedly, so we're going to stick that on normal. Stamina. Stamina is calculated from health and athletic skill and affects physical endurance. Character's stamina is exhausted, she won't be able to run, his weapon will be halved. Setting affects the player and all game characters. That doesn't sound like as much fun. I'm going to turn that one off. Gear effect skills. Your skill points will deteriorate when you equip heavy armor. This brings better balance to the game. Light troops become more important. Yes, we'll keep that one. Shield bash. While holding right mouse button, left mouse button, you can bash. Yep, we'll keep that. Wounds. Now this is one that I can see the appeal, but I personally don't like. Actually, they can be removed. Physicians in larger towns will treat these wounds for a price, after which they will heal within a few days. Any negative effects will then be removed. If a wound is not treated after some time, it will change to a scar and the negatives effects will be permanent. No, because I don't tend to play long sessions of this, and I will quite frankly forget I am wounded. Blood loss. Wounded, no. Damageable equipment. Equipment may be damaged. Maintenance, moreover weapons. Well, yeah, because I know that maintenance is a skill, and I guess that would be kind of pointless if you don't have the skill. Rest improves morale. If you rest, campsite. Lack of rest will lower troop morale, while resting will improve it. Not too bothered. Battle size. We will start with... I think we were doing 500 on Prophecy of Pendor, and it seemed to be running okay. So we'll start with 500, and then we can tweak afterwards. I know that's possible. Disable scenic menu. That actually looks kind of cool, so we'll keep that one. Insane difficulty. No. Gore. Just no. I don't really understand why people prefer playing with Gore. I really don't get that fascination. Place music. Well, music's going to be off anyway because this is a YouTube video. Player division formation setting. I'm going to guess that can be edited later. Yeah, we'll just leave that. Disable complex formation. No. This is one thing which didn't really work properly in Pendor, and I kind of want it to see it when it does work properly, and it apparently does in this. Auto turn, enemy to face enemy, that's fine. Player's enemies only attack. No, because they just charge forwards. We are in the 9th century. Long gone are the lights of Rome, absorbed by the tide of time, yet several centuries remain until the golden age of knights and princesses to come. It is a brutal, dark and ruthless era of raw strength and survival, where men go to bed every night, praying to see a new day. It is the age of the Viking, the clans of Ireland, the ascension of Wessex, and the emergence of the kingdom of Alba. It awaits you. Who are you? Who is Mordred? Mordred is ethnically Frisian. I'm going to play this as if it were actually Mordred, and I'm actually from the Netherlands, so Frisian is the most... But then again, Norse. Foreigner. What is foreigner? Now this is kind of a bio which actually changes depending on your... options here. You're a foreigner, you come from far away seeking to get to know the north of Europe. No, I'm not going to be a foreigner. Could be Norse. Norse, a member of the pagan peoples native to Scandinavia who raid the coast of Europe. I'm called Mordred Viking. Mordred the Viking. No, I'm going to be a Frisian Viking. They did exist. Yeah, I'm a Frisian Viking. I'm male. I'm normal height, sure. Age. I'm going to be an adult. How does that change? You're a youth full of energy. You're an adult. You're an age where a reasonable amount of experience and health meet. Personality. Now this is where things do change because you get different dialogue options depending on your personality. According to Galen's ancient temperament, your personality is sanguine, an element of air, and its Hippocrates, humour is blood, is associated with people who are optimistic, imaginative, artistic, cheerful, sociable, rational, and pleasure-seeking. These people are also forgetful, impulsive, and unpredictable. I was actually playing as phlegmatic. Previously, its element is water, and its Hippocrates humour is phlegm. It is associated with people who are calm, compassionate, self-content, reliable, shy, observant, and consistent. These people are also resistant to change, distant, relaxed, and reserved. Now that is actually the closest to my own personality, so I'm just going to play it because that's what I know. Greatest virtue, wisdom. According to the 4 cardinal virtues recognized in the writings of classical antiquity, you most often exhibit wisdom, also called prudence. It governs actions according to the dictate of reason in order to choose the right response in a situation. Wisdom implies the ability to judge in advance the probable consequences of one's actions. Fortitude, also called courage, it ensures firmness during difficulties and consistency in the pursuit of goals. It is the strength to make a decision based on moral convictions, whatever the consequences. Temperance, also called self-control, no. Or justice. Symbolizes respect for law and promotes rewarding good and punishing evil. Now very often I do choose law, but Mordred as a character does tend to be a little bit more cunning in his approach. So we're going to be playing as a wisdom character, so that basically means that we can get the best of any situation, I hope. We are Frisian, we come from the Dyke country of the Fries on the northern edge of continental Europe. I myself am not actually Frisian, I'm just Dutch, but Frisian is the closest. I'm actually from Arnhem, which is kind of in the centre, in Gelderland. Greatest virtue, father's occupation. Now this is a bit of a difficult decision. I would very much like to choose noble. I think I probably will, but I think it is a slightly easier start because you do start with a banner and stuff like that. The other options being merchant, craftsman, priest, outlaw. Oh, sorry, priest, peasant, and outlaw. I'm going to go noble. I like having this noble background. You are born years ago of an impoverished nobleman. You came into this world as a son of a declining family of influence. By then your estates were gone, and only the house in which you lived remained as a possession. However, despite your hardships, your parents gave you a good education, preparing you from childhood for the chance to become a companion to royalty. Companion to royalty? No, I am going to become royalty. Learnt while a child. Martial arts. That one? You spent your youth as a page. Let's see if that one changes. Yes. So martial arts is basically you learn to fight, which is very likely. Crafts, for a nobleman, not so much. Oratory. You spent your youth as a shop assistant in the employ of a shopkeeper. You learned to attract people's interest and convince them with words, travelling from one place to another in caravans to trade. You learned the customs of very different peoples and proper behaviour in each culture. We're a Viking. We learned to fight. Vocation, landholder. Formerly you were a free man, moreover master over a bit of land, or a hunter, or a traveller, or a priest, or a slave. I was actually very tempted to play as an archer. I do generally like standing at a distance and shooting stuff, but I think I'm going to go with landowner and basically say that I was some kind of housecarl. And basically we lost our estate and we are trying to regain it. And we're going to go pagan, just because it's cooler for this time period. We worship Odin and Thor. So, what parts of this did I not read? Your family believed in the Scandinavian gods. You soaked up all the stories and told far into the night with everyone gathered around the fireplace. You are a staunch believer of the old ways. Your worship gives all the deities their due. Odin, the chief god. Thor, the god of the sky and thunder. Freya, the goddess of love, and all the rest required to oversee the disparate processes of the world. You spent your youth as a page at a nobleman's hall. You were chosen to be a companion to one of the wealthiest noblemen of the kingdom, so were given a place at the hall. Serving the more senior members of the household, your first lessons were in humility. In compensation, there were all sorts of entertainment, chess games, gossip, bards visiting recite the poems of great deeds and loves. You were drawn most by the world of conflict and competition. You played rough games with the other children, battling each other with sticks or swords. Such games provided you invaluable lessons for your current life. I actually did that when I was a kid. We used to have fights in the forest. Formerly, you were a free man and moreover master over a bit of land. This meant that you at least had it easier than the servants. You owned some servants who helped you with the hard work, but since you didn't own a lot of land, you still had to do a variety of the tasks the peasants have to do. You had to pay rent to your overlord and owed him labour services for the land. When the lord was involved in a war, you had to answer his call for foot soldiers. In those times, you had to rely on your shield and spear in the thick of battle. I think all the others we have read. Yes. Okay, this looks good to me. And now we choose a banner. And which one did I use previously? Just go through these relatively slowly so I can have a decent look at them. Quite like the ship one. Any more of these? No. Oh yes, I do remember which one I was using before, and I think I'll probably use it again, just because it's really cool. That one's not bad. Raven, lots of Odin's knots, Christian symbols. Fish. Snakes. That's kind of interesting. Shipping one, that was one that I did consider. But that's not the one I wanted. That one's kind of cool. And that one. More simple. Huh, did I get past it? Maybe I was playing as the ship symbol. Bear with me a moment here. I think that's the one I was, the Raven. Symbol of Odin. Right, so we are Mordred the Viking. If I can spell. There we go. Mordred the Viking. In my test game, I was actually trying to play as a bit of a Klaus character, so I was using two-handed weapons and I got annihilated. Shields are amazing in this. So I'm definitely going to be playing a sword and board character. I might adopt archery later on, depending on what kind of skills I need. I'm not entirely sure. In this, you do tend to get a lot more skill points than you do attribute points. Attribute points you get every 5 levels, you get 1 point. While these you get 2 every level, I believe. I don't know what the cap is. I don't think it's 10. I think you can go higher than that. Then the proficiencies are obviously proficiencies. So for this, I do want to go combat focus. So I want Iron Flesh, I want Power Strike, I want Weapon Maintenance, Weapon Master, Athletics. Of course, I'm not going to be a horseman, I'm going to be a footman. Looting for more money, Trainer, obviously useful, Pathfinding, obviously useful, and then all the other good stuff. So we are going to start with more strength. We're going to bump that up to 15 to increase our max. And I think we're going to increase our intelligence to 12, just so we have that rounded number. And then maybe one in charisma, so we can almost hit the next leadership point too. Although we've actually got quite a lot of leadership as it is. So these do the same things more or less as in Mountain Blade. So every point adds 1 hit point. Following skills cannot be developed beyond half of strength. Iron Flesh, Power Strike, Power Throw, Power Draw, and Inventory Management. Every 5 levels you get an extra point. Agility gives you 5 weapon points and slightly increases movement speed. Intelligence, every point gives an extra skill point. And there's a whole bunch of skills which use it. Affects dialogue, seduction, how other people see you. Each point increases your party size limit by +1. Okay. So, what are these skills? Seeking, every point increases the maximum number of ships you can command. I'm going to keep it with 1 for the time being. Navigation, party map speed on the sea is increased by 5% per skill level. Okay. Iron Flesh, each point to this skill increases hit points by +2. That will be invaluable. Power Strike, each point increases melee damage by +8. Those two I probably don't need. This is a new one, Weapon Maintenance. Adequate maintenance of your equipment will lower the chance of it breaking in battle. Each point of this skill reduces the probability of breaking by 7%. Probably quite useful. Weapon Master makes it easier to learn proficiencies. Yes, definitely. Athletics improves your running speed. Yep, definitely. Riding. You can call your horse with an H key with skill of 4 or more. That's pretty cool. Looting, increase the amount of loot by 10%. We will want that. Trainer gives experience points, tracking, tactics, pathfinding to your speed on the party, on the map. Spotting. Now this is one that I completely overlooked and I have 0 points. This means that effectively you can't see anything beyond your own feet, which means bandits and brigands are a constant problem. So I'll definitely be taking some spotting, inventory management, how much you can carry, wound treatment, party healing speed. I'm hoping to find a medic of some kind, so we'll employ them. Likewise with engineer, persuasion, yeah, and all the other stuff. So I'm going primarily combat. First of all, though, I am going to take some in spotting. I'm going to take 2 points in spotting. I'm going to take Iron Flesh. I'm going to take Power Strike to the max. I'll take Weapon Master. I'll take Athletics to 5. I should probably take Looting at least a little bit, something like that. So we are pretty hardcore when it comes to combat. We'll have a decent Weapon Master so we can train up skills quite a lot. Weapon Maintenance would be nice to increase, as would Athletics, but it'll do. I'm just going to bump everything up into one-handed weapons, so I'm really good with sword and board. Right, what should we look like? We're a bit of a battle veteran, so I think we'll go with that. Let's randomise these until I find a face I actually like as a base. That's not bad. Some of these faces are awesome. I don't think I want tattoos. That one's not too bad. Different beard. Mustache. I think we just want a full-on beard. Maybe something a little more clipped. Kind of like it with a bandana, actually. That's kind of cool. Can we? Whoa. I like long hair. And the hair is actually animated in this, which is kind of cool. You know what? I actually kind of liked it with the bandana. No, the band. That looks pretty sweet. He looks a bit more, a little more ruthless, a little more of a leadership character, someone to look up to rather than down at. Don't really care about tweaking it. That will do. You can't sleep. You hear the constant crunch of the boat hull, smell of sea brine, and the feel of breeze caressing at your face. But your eyes are closed and refuse to open. And your mind keeps dreaming, remembering other times, a past life that feels far away, and that you remember less every day, even though not many months have passed since your departure. Now, the future uncertain, your journey has brought you to the Frisian Sea, hoping to find news about an old sorcerer who takes care of all ills, because your mother is sick. For her, you left everything behind, a world you knew like the back of your hand, and paid for passage in a North boat, a paunchy merchantman. It's slow and clumsy, but its captain has promised you to take you to the remote part of Frise where the sorcerer lives. Your mother travels with you. Nobody else has joined you. Her illness progresses, and there are days when she no longer recognizes you, but she appears to be completely sound at other times. Every morning you wake up, not knowing which day it will be. Will you be able to converse with her, or will you have to tie her to a post so she does not fall overboard? You need to wake up, though your eyes oppose you, and your mind boils with fever. One more effort. Your eyelids obey. Westhuhal, Mordred the Viking. Are you well today? You were moving violently in your sleep and saying incomprehensible things. My sailors thought you were being tormented by a spirit. Where am I? What is this place? Ah, this is bad. You don't remember anything? My name is Avo Liof. I am the captain of the ship, the Wooden Rick. You embarked with us in Frise some weeks ago, paying well for us to take you on. Oh, it's coming back to me now, but perhaps you can remind me why I'm here. Now I'm really starting to worry about you. I don't know the details, but do know that you worry for your mother. She is sick, and you are taking her to a priest of great healing ability in the Frisian port where we are going. Sorry about that. Had to block out my own coughing fit there. Thanks, but it's lights out. Shouldn't we be under full sail? Sorry, but it's light out. Shouldn't we be under full sail? The boat is not moving. What is happening? Why are we stopped? We found a bit of wreckage, some half-sunken ships. Looks like there was a fight here recently. I have my men checking out the situation, looking for survivors. Poor bastards wouldn't have had a chance against Viking longships. We'll be on our way soon enough, though. Oh, could we hurry along? Whoever sunk these ships might still be nearby. Finally, a bit of excitement. I think I'll go and help them. May we talk later, sir? I need to give some orders to my men. Naturally. In this tutorial, we'll learn the basics of movement, interaction, and combat. In Viking Conquest, you can use the mouse to control where you're looking, and WASD to move. Your first task is go to the center of the boat. Well done! Next, we will learn to interact with the objects and persons near you. There is a man called Bodo. To find out who a person is, walk toward him or her, and the name pops up. In order to talk to Bodo, once you find him, press the F key. Hi, Bodo. Good day, Mordred the Viking. It is good to see you are well. You are giving us a bit of a fright talking in your sleep. I'd hate to be the one troubled by such dreams. I'm fine, thank you. No one's need to worry. Oh, well, I do not know. I'm probably fine. Well, I can't see how my affairs are someone else's business. We'll chin up. Perhaps not, but at any rate, it's good to see you up and about, friend. Remind me who you are. To tell the truth, my mind is a bit foggy. Thanks, I'm going to help check on those ships. Farewell for now. Excellent. Now we will cover attacking with weapons. You can draw different weapons from your weapon slots by scrolling forwards with the wheel, or by pressing one of the 4 number buttons. Note that's numbers on your number pad. Oh, over there. Interesting. You attack with the currently wielded weapon by using your left mouse button. Press and hold the button to ready an attack, then release the button to strike. If you hold down the left mouse button for a while, releasing your attack may be more powerful. Oh, interesting. So you got the overhead for the shield wall and then the under. Scroll down and use the number pad to bring out your shield and put it away. Talk to the veteran to practice some combat. Talk to the mother, see how she's doing. Mother! She has aged several years since her illness began. She's so frail that she looks like she would break if you touched her. This is not the woman you know, just a vague memory of her, but she's still your mother. My son, it is such a nice day. The sea is so bright, it is truly a pity to have all these shipwrecks spoil the scene. Yes, Mother, I'm glad you are well today. She smiles and looks at you with love. Not only well, but happy. I'm glad we made this trip. We must remember to be home to make dinner. Your father will expect it. We're going home now. Love you. Right, so we head over to the other ship, and we talk to the veteran. Good to see you, lad. The captain hired me to protect his ship. Here on matters of defence, my word is the law. I see you must be a veteran. Can I learn fighting from you? Indeed you can, but I don't have anything better to do while we aren't in combat. I can find you some opponents to practice with if you like, or if you have any questions about the theory of combat, feel free to ask. Let's practice. Good, it's good to find someone eager to practice. Let's see what you can do. If I may say so, I see a great warrior in you. Some sailors have been idle since we stopped. Let's see if one of them can help us. Sailor will fight you. Are you ready? Yep. Now. Ow. Definitely need to get better with sword and board. Everyone back in the ship, hurry! Oh, Wooden, we're in trouble. What happened? Shh, keep quiet. Listen, we're in danger. As we were watching your fight, 2 longships arrived. Now I can see the banner. It's Sven Bolnock. Ah, damn it. You'd better pray to whatever gods you worship. Hell, you may as well pray to those you don't. Won't matter at all if he catches us. I knew this would happen. We shouldn't have stopped. Calm down, man. Tell me who's Sven. You've not heard of him? Sven's a Viking. Worse, a Viking's Viking. He burns villages and sinks ships and enslaves or kills everyone in them. Everyone! But it's worse for the one he chooses for a hideous death as a sacrifice to his gods. Heard of Bloodorn? Bloodorn? The Blood Eagle. You don't want to know what that means. Now keep quiet. You notice his hand shaking from nervousness. I think they're passing by. If we stay still right here, they may just think we're another bit of wreckage. That's our only hope. What? We should have already been escaping to the mist. Row men, for all it's worth. Calm down, my friend. We mustn't take a wrong move here. Now he looks scared. Sven spotted us. They're turning this way. Nothing for it but to move. Cut the anchor and start rowing. Oh, Woden. It's no use. Help! Bring it. Mordred the Viking, fight! I am yet with you! Yay, Bodo, legend. So here go the archers pinging away. That's kind of cool. Bit of a sea combat here. Ow! Of course he had to give me a terrible weapon. Spears suck. Whoops. Strange. You've been asleep, but you can't remember any nightmares. What you remember clearly are Viking warriors boarding the Woden Rick. Oh, Woden, not Wooden, sorry. Plunging their weapons in the bodies of the captain and sailors and Bodo, the Cantabrian defending himself like a lion until cornered. You hear his words in your consciousness. Mordred the Viking, fight! I am yet with you. You remember the death, your death, when your enemies fell upon you. You still feel the wooden floor of the boat smash into your cheek before you could hardly breathe a goodbye to the world. Your eyes met your mother's just before the end. As a huge Viking dressed in iron, could he be Sven? Cracked her head with his spear and threw her body to the side. You crawled, leaving a trail of blood, preferring to give your body to the fish, but you remember no more. Are you dead? But if you're dead, why do you feel the sore muscles of your body, or the heat from a nearby fire? How is it that you can clench your hands, open your eyes, and distinguish the beams of a roof over you? And if you're alive, who has saved you? Why? And how? Ew. Healer? Ah, you're awake. It's good to see you can still walk. You're lucky, foreigner. Some god has watched over you. When they brought you here, you were more dead than alive. Who are you? How did I get here? Where am I? You've been close to death, unconsciousness, for 2 weeks. Dussinga fisherman found you near the coast, clinging to a plank. You were barely breathing, and your body was covered with wounds. They brought you here so I could heal you. Dussinga, then we were in Fries. Are you the old sorcerer, the man who can cure all diseases? No, one man could only claim such fame. People from around the world come in search of the cures at his door. They were so numerous that came up the trails to Dussinga. They were so numerous that doesn't make grammatical sense. But that man died a year ago. I am Abe, his son, a simple healer. A year ago you say, damn, I've lost everything. This trip has been for nothing. I've heard enough. I will go into Dussinga and ask them about the other passengers. Farewell. Well, aren't you impatient? You should go and ask in Dussinga. The village is near. You need to talk to Thonkirk. Very good, healer. I'll talk to Thonkirk from Dussinga. Farewell. Dussinga is near here. Good luck, foreigner. Thonkirk is a good man. He will help you. You have been given your first quest. You may view your quest log by pressing Q any time in the game. To leave this and any other scene, press tab. Just like Bound Blade. Cool. Welcome to Viking Conquest Reforged Edition. In the storyline, you start as a hero with an uncertain fate. Please read the following carefully because the gameplay varies slightly from the sandbox campaign. The story follows its own development path, and the decisions you make may affect the world around you in addition to standard game mechanics. This means you won't be able to freely join any kingdom or serve any king except when allowed to do so. The behaviour of the kingdoms, especially those important to the story and in history, will follow the chronology of historical events as much as possible. As a result, these kingdoms may not be destroyed if they were not defeated historically. Interesting. Moreover, you won't be able to get rid of your companions, grant them fiefs or make them vassals, as long as you're playing the storyline. As many of your companions are important to many missions, it is critical that they remain a part of your warband. It took many months to build and research Viking Conquest storyline, using historical sources, sagas, and deep love of Viking world. We do hope that you will enjoy it as much as we did. I'm sure I will. The Kingdom of Denmark has declared war against the Kingdom of Cloisingi. I'm going to guess that's Wales. Blacksmiths have stopped manufacturing ploughs to forge swords and spears. War has been declared. And here we go. Mordred the Viking. Troops, Mordred the Viking. And we are there in Dossinger. To see more, you'll have to join me in the next episode. Thank you very much for watching. If you're excited about this series as I am, then please do leave a comment in the section below. And if you have any tips or advice, because I will definitely need it. Though no spoilers, please. I'm usually pretty concerned about those. And if you are enjoying this so far and you want to see more, then please do hit that like button. If you haven't already, hit that subscriber too. I'll catch you next time. Goodbye.